Welcome everybody. Today we're going to look at this case. This is an EB-2 NIW, a national interest waiver case that's been pending for quite a while, and the plaintiff is asking to make a decision on this case. So this is filed in the District of New Jersey, and we have one plaintiff here, and they, as usual for the Mandamus lawsuits, they have named quite a bit of defendants, and we'll get into the details of those defendants as we look at this lawsuit. This is a writ for Mandamus, and as you know, for Mandamus is usually filed when they're trying to make it, they want the defendants to make a decision on the case. You're not telling them to rule in your favor or not, but just basically just make a decision on the case because it's been sitting there for a while. Okay, let's take a look at the case. So this was filed by his attorneys, it looks like, and so this is a plaintiff. They brought an action as a result of the defendant's failure to adjudicate his immigrant visa application within a reasonable period of time. So basically, it's been sitting there for a while, and then he filed an I-140. So I-140 for alien of extraordinary ability. So it's pretty much an EB-2 national interest waiver where they're where they're saying that they don't need the labor certification, and defendant is in violation of the Administrative Procedures Act. And they're saying that or at least the complaint is saying that the plaintiff is a citizen of Egypt. He is an applicant for the I-140, which is the EB-2 NIW. And then they, like we said, they list a whole bunch of defendants. So here they listed the defendants: Secretary of State, the Attorney General. They listed the acting assistant secretary for consular affairs. They listed another defendant at the U.S. Embassy, and then under defendant, and they put a John Doe for the consular officer. So they're saying the court has jurisdiction over this complaint. The venue is proper because they're saying the plaintiff. I was a little confused because the plaintiff has an address in Italy. It looks like is a citizen of Egypt. So, but they're saying that the plaintiff resides in New Jersey, and then they saying the venue is proper in the District of New Jersey. We've seen a lot of these cases that are filed in the District of Columbia because the defendants resides there, but this is filed in the District of New Jersey. And they're asking, the plaintiff has repeatedly made a request to the defendants to make a final decision, and then they had requested numerous inquiries, and then there's no meaningful resolution to this. They're saying that the plaintiff has exhausted all the remedies. And so just quick factual allegations is that plaintiff, he filed for the I-140, and his I-140 was approved by the USCIS based on the finding that his employment in the U.S. was of national interest. Okay. And then the plaintiff attended an immigrant visa interview in the U.S. Embassy in Belgrade, Serbia. And after the interview, he received a notice stating his visa application was refused. So I guess after the interview, they refused the visa because additional information is requested. And then after several inquiries, they have not acted on the application. So basically, for Mandamus, you're asking them to act on make a decision on the application, pretty much. He has made numerous inquiries, and pretty much nothing has been happening for over 71 weeks, it looks like. So he's asking them to make a decision on that, and then what they're asking is for the court that the defendants be cited to appear, and then enter an order mandating a time for certain to adjudicate the plaintiff's application, on the alternative to compel the defendants to perform their duty. Pretty much, asking them to do their work, and if it's reasonable and proper, to award attorney's fees. And I did look at the court docket to see if there's any other documents for this. And one of the documents that I did find was a reply from one of the defendants. Is you can see that they're asking the judge, so saying, "Dear Judge, this office represents the government in this immigration mandamus matter." So they're saying the plaintiff alleges the length of time taken by the Department of State to decide the visa application They're saying the Department of State recently scheduled a pre-decision interview of plaintiff. Then I guess the interview was canceled because he was waiting for some foreign document in support of the application. Then they're saying the plaintiff indicates that he will reschedule the interview when he receives the foreign documents, and the Department of State cannot adjudicate the application until the plaintiff reschedules the interview. And it's saying that when the Department of State issues its final decision, the mandamus action will become moot. So you can't really ask them to say, hey, approve my I-140 for the mandamus. That's not really what mandamus work. You can't even do that because they have a lot of discretion. The consular officers have a lot of discretion. Basically, if things are sitting there for a long time, you can file a mandamus lawsuit. You just don't know which way it's going to go, in your favor or not. But they do have to respond once you file a lawsuit. All right. Thank you very much for watching this. If you like this, give me a like, subscribe, and thank you very much for your time today. Thanks.